Hello everyone! Oh, I see 12 people online already. Hello, I'm here. I'm gonna take you to the tip of this island and then I'm gonna flip the camera. Well, that's it. Hi! Okay, let me flip the camera. Hello everyone! Hi Tech7! Let's go fishing, yeah! I would love to, if only I had the gear. Okay, let's see who wrote in the chat. Mandy there! Hello everyone! Hi, hi, hi! Hello from Florida! Well, hello from New York City. Precisely, I'm in the Bronx. Believe it or not. This is the Bronx, guys. I am vlogging at the same time. I just arrived to this island and yeah, it's a day of hard work for me because I'm taking a pretty long trip in places that I've never been before, and I'm vlogging at the same time, and in the middle of the trip, which is now, I'm making this live stream. So who thought I was dead? Why is that? Sorry, I was reading the chat. How are you guys? Hello from Camden, South Carolina. Hello Judith, my neighbor here in your city. Oh, Daryl Pistone, I don't know you, but you just guessed where I am. How many of you guess where I am? Hello from France, hi there. Okay, so I really don't know where to go. Here it's 11 in the morning, so the sun is becoming a little bit too strong to stay in the sun. So now I'm gonna move from here and try to find a more quiet and shaded spot. Hey there in Amsterdam, Patrick. Seafood lunch? I don't know. I have food packed in my bags here. Some very poor food. It's just slices of bread with jam inside. Didn't have time to prepare anything this morning. So where are you from? Where are you watching from? I've heard France, Amsterdam, Carolina, Florida, someone. I don't know where is that. So I came here through the whole Bronx from Inwood Park. I started my ride in Inwood Park this morning, and I was supposed to arrive to City Island way earlier than this. I arrived just in time to start my live stream, but I kind of got lost in Inwood Park, to be honest. I wandered around the park for 1 hour before actually starting my trip. So that was fun. Let's see where we are. I'm gonna flip the camera and show you where I am. Malmö, Sweden! Hi Petri! I passed through Malmö, Sweden a few times, but I've never actually been there. All right. Yeah, everything is closed here. I came to the very tip of the island because I hoped that at the very tip there would be a nice little park with a nice little view on the ocean, like in Europe there always is, but America has another mentality on these things. So, you know what? I'm gonna put you on the bicycle again for 5 minutes, and in 5 minutes I'm gonna bike around and try to find a better spot for Pavel from Latvia. Oh wow, hey there. I am very close to Pelham Bay Park, yes, to answer to the Fame 5000. Yeah, actually City Island is in the Pelham Bay, and later I'm going to go to Orchard Beach as well to check it out. Okay, I'm gonna flip you, put you on the bicycle. How are you there? Are you comfortable? Can you see? Is it good enough? Okay, let's go. You know, if I would have come a little bit earlier when I planned to come, I could have, oh, that's nice there. On my left, you cannot see. I would have mounted the microphone. I hope you can hear me well enough with the inbuilt microphone of the iPhone. Okay, I like this view. Let's see if I can find some shade that is not right in front of the private house. I don't want to scare people, which I'm actually gonna do. Private property, keep out. What do you think, guys? Americans in the chat. Can I just stay here in this little wall? It says private property, but I think they mean do not go there. What do you think if I stay here? No, I'm not gonna jump over. Doug says keep out. Well, I'm gonna stay here, and if someone tells me to go away, I will go away. Right? How are the laws with private property here? I mean, not the laws, because, you know, in Italy too, private property is something that you cannot go to, but oh. Sorry guys, I am a bit tired from the ride now, and I'm very hungry. So let me put you on a tripod. look for the microphone now so you can hear me better. Microphone found. I have the GoPro mount that I'm not gonna use now. Hey John! Great to hear from you live. John is one of my patrons. He always gives me the best Netflix suggestions. Yeah, it's pretty hot. We've had yesterday, we are having here in New York, like such a hot summer, very, very, very warm. And we've had a couple of very strong heat waves as well. But yesterday we've had a perfect day. The temperature was so nice. It was beautiful to stay outside. But today it's sunny and hot again. How do you hear me? Is it better with the microphone? Better, okay, awesome. Let me get some water. Great, I'm happy to hear. I'm happy to hear that you can hear. So, are you happy about my helmet? You know, in my last few biking vlogs, so many people asked me, please buy a helmet. And so you really convinced me. So, just so for you to know, I bought it because of you. Again, $80 was not cheap. I also bought, which is new, these bags on the back of my bicycle. It's the first time I use them today. I hate the helmet already. Yeah, I know. I got these cheap panniers because I had to decide if I had to make a big investment on some very good quality bags for the bicycle, or go for something more affordable on Amazon. I didn't really want to do that, but I did, because the other ones were just way too expensive and I don't even know if I'm gonna use them for that long. Hey John Barr is here with us. Yes, I am at City Island, but you didn't guess on your own because I told you the other day, so that's not valid. So let's see what you're asking me. Planning to come in Italy? No guys, so my policy on traveling during COVID is that we shouldn't take planes unless it's necessary. What is necessary and what is not is obviously very much to discuss, but traveling for pleasure is not necessary, in my opinion. So even if for me traveling is really a job, rather than only being a pleasure, I still decided not to take planes. At least until the fall, I'm not gonna take planes. Also, I know people who have been flying in the last few weeks, let's say, or couple of months, and they told me that the airplanes are sold out, they are fully booked, and there are no free columns, free lines in the airplane. So I'm not really following the news that much, as you know, but from what I've been following, the new way of flying was about leaving empty rows, you know, so that you create spaces between people during the flights. This is not happening, and I don't know why. As I said, I'm not following the news, but this tells me that I'm just gonna cut my flights off completely. Yes, so for me it's not even a matter of personal safety, because I don't think that, you know, the probabilities that a healthy 30-year-old woman would have big consequences in getting coronavirus are very low. So it's not for my personal safety, but it's more about a sense of community. Let's help each other. There are people that live around me that are not as lucky as I am, being safe and having a good immune system and being young. So it's a matter of trying to reduce the possibility of the spread. That's why I decided that I'm not gonna fly. So I'm gonna stay in the United States and I am gonna travel around here. Okay. Guys, go with the questions if you have any. If you want to ask me anything, this is the moment. Let's see what you're saying. Patrick asked if I'm surfing on a couch at this moment, or, well, no, at this moment I'm staying in my husband's apartment in New York City. It's not my apartment, but we live together in Manhattan, so that's why I'm staying here. Yeah, that's it. About couch surfing, I don't know. What about you guys? Is there any one of you who is doing couch surfing at the moment? Because I know people who restarted to do couch surfing. Especially, I've talked with two friends of mine in Germany, one in Hungary. All of them were in Europe, to be honest, and they told me that they restarted already 1 month ago. They are taking precautions, of course. They are hosting people, but they are making sure that the distances are kept inside the apartment, and they have, you know, sanitizing tissues around the house, and they sanitize everything, of course, but they are hosting people in their apartments. And I still don't know what to do about that. I don't know if I'm gonna couch surf or not. It feels a little bit too much for me at the moment. Again, not for me, but for, you know, the example that you give to the people, especially because if I couch surf, I make a vlog about it. So I have an audience that watches the fact that I am couch surfing. So I'm giving an example also. So I need to be extra careful because of that. Okay, let's see other questions. Henrik asked, what's my favorite chocolate snack? It's, I guess, pure dark chocolate is my favorite chocolate snack. Hello there in Russia. Okay, wow, this is an important question. Kay LeBlanc asked me, so I'm gonna read the whole comment. From what I've seen, you seem to have strong ideals, values, ethics, morals. Wow, yeah, I guess so. How do you feel about the fact that you have to compromise them when working for an audience in social media? I mean, you always have to compromise your moral values in some way or another. You don't have to, but if you've been following me for a while, you know that what I look for is not the extremes in anything. I always look for a middle way. I always look for balance between opposites. And this is true also for my moral values. I always try to not be too extreme in one way or the other, on one value or the other, but I always try to find a middle way and a balance. So that also means to adjust my moral values on the way, basically. So in any experience that I'm doing in my life, and also in every relationship with another person that I'm having of any kind, I adjust my values, all the time. Obviously, you always have some basic core principles that you believe in, and those are the ones that are very hard to compromise on, and hopefully you are not going to compromise on them. Those are changeable too. I believe in a very dynamic way of living when we are talking about values and principles and everything, really. But yeah, I hope I'm trying to answer to this very complicated question with my stomach empty and in a corner of a dead street. So I hope I gave you at least an idea of what I have in mind. Did you ever went to Niagara Falls? William. Yes, I've been to Niagara Falls, and I've actually been with my family, with a part of a family that I have in Ontario. I went to visit them for the very first time. It was fall 2018, yeah, so at the very beginning of my YouTube adventure. And they took me to Niagara Falls, and my mom's cousin took me to do the boat trip as well down the river, and it was a pretty awesome experience. If you are going to Niagara Falls, it's a very touristy place, which, you know, they are not my favorite, but one activity that I can really recommend is to take the boat to the actual waterfall from the water. It's an incredible experience. It's almost psychedelic. Just don't go with nice clothes because you're gonna get completely wet, like shower wet. Oh my God, the chat disappeared for a moment. Guys, I'm always, as always, so bad with managing the chat. Hi, Anthony from Maryland. Can you do a bike trip in Central Park sometime? Actually, yes, I was thinking, I almost did a biking trip vlog the other day in Central Park. I mean, it's very simple and very basic, but I think it's also very interesting. What do you think? Would you like me to do a vlog like I did on Broadway the other week, like 2 weeks ago? Hey there, Scott. Nice to hear from you live. Scott is one of my patrons in Michigan. So Thomas is asking me what kind of visa am I traveling on, and if I got it extended because of the coronavirus travel restrictions. My visa adventure has been a complicated adventure in these past few months. I was sure I had a very long period because the coronavirus exploded right after I came here. so I had a few months, but I was sure, like any other traveler that I've heard of that was traveling in other countries of the world, they all got their tourist visa extended, obviously. They got it kind of frozen because of the COVID, right? Well, the United States it's apparently the only country where not only they didn't froze the tourist visa, but they didn't even allow extensions. And I have to make like a note here. I am not traveling on a tourist visa like the classic one. I travel on an ESTA, which is a visa waiver. So it's a little bit different. It's easier to get, but it's more difficult to get extensions. So it was very hard for me. I got an extension, but because of a loophole. And then, before that, me and my boyfriend decided to get married. I was already living with Ali, my boyfriend here in Manhattan, and we decided to get married in June. And now I applied for green card. So now I'm waiting to get my green card, which is also kind of, I'm a bit worried because of COVID, everything slows down. So whatever, one day I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna be able to go back to my normal life. Let's see. Already answered. I got married in June. What it's like being a nomad, someone asked. Primrose Laurent. Being a nomad feels, that's a good question. Being a nomad feels very uncertain. It's a very, very uncertain life to live, but also very exciting. It's not for everyone, for sure. For me, to be honest, I think it's my ideal kind of life. I'm also rediscovering it in these few months where I am forced to stay after almost 3 years. I'm forced to stay in only one place for more than 3 months. And I'm really struggling. For me, changing place where to live means to do a reset of my routines, of my habits, of everything. So for me, it's like a purification every time I move from one place to the other. So it's something very healthy for my mind. Like mentally, it keeps me healthy. Whereas staying in one place, after a while, it gets stale for me. You don't say that, I guess. Stale for bread. It gets, I don't know. My mind starts to feel very lazy. I feel very lazy right now. You can see it also from the quantity of videos that I'm making. In the past 2 months, I'm not able to make my usual 2 videos per week anymore. So that's it. Stale is exactly the word in this context. Thank you, Scott. Good to know. Let's see. Can we see the Statue of Liberty? From here, not from here. But I was thinking about making a vlog. Not making a vlog, I was thinking about going myself to either the Statue of Liberty or Ellis Island. I still have to research how it works. Because now there are no tourists and it's the perfect time for me to go visit it. And if I go, I'm certainly going to make a vlog. I'm checking other messages. Hi, Dutch bike blogger. I'm good, how are you? Does my husband like to travel? I guess so, but he is not a traveler. He has a restaurant here, so it's his own business, and he's very, very stable here. He has really deep roots in Manhattan. Thank you for all the congratulations. Harshad, have you ever been in India? No, I've never been in India. Ruben, thank you for the compliments. Any more walks with Action Kid? I don't know, let's see. Yeah, so Scott is asking me, why in the world did you decide to do this live chat on an empty stomach? Well, I had breakfast this morning, a big breakfast, but it was at 6 o'clock this morning. And then I said it at the beginning of the live stream, I was supposed to arrive to this place like 45 minutes before I did. So I should have had all the time in the world to, set up everything and have a full stomach. Action Kid is in the chat. Hi, Action Kid. Where would I like to travel to when this is all over? I don't know if it counts as a travel, but I would like to travel home. To my home region, Friuli. I miss it like hell. Yeah. I think it's the first time I stay away from my hometown for so long. For more than 6 months. Because now it's almost 6 months, but it's gonna be for sure more. Okay guys, maybe I'm gonna take one of my sandwiches and I'm gonna have 2 bites during this live stream. Also, obviously, I left the bicycle in the sun, so everything is getting hot now. Gonna move the bike in the shade. 1 second. All right, done. Suspension seat post on my bicycle, yes. I'm not very happy with this bicycle, by the way. But it's a bicycle and it's a good bicycle, so I'll make it work. Hey Mike, hi, good to see you or to hear from you. I don't know what you're supposed to say in this occasion. Okay, Mike Ryder is biking now during the live stream. You are watching the live stream while you're biking. Doesn't seem safe. Thank you, Patrick. Bon appetit. Zendo, you thought me and Action Kid were a couple? What? We've never been a couple. Seems German bread. Yes, guys, this bread is the best bread I've eaten in New York City. It's a whole wheat, I think 100% organic whole wheat flour bread, sourdough bread. It's been fermented for, I think, 2 days before baking. And it's absolutely delicious. It reminds me of the German bread, very well said. And it is homemade, just Kate. It's homemade by my husband. Sorry guys, this phone I'm using, I don't know how many of you know that I broke my phone. So for today, that angel of my husband gave me his phone, his iPhone 11, which is so big and it doesn't even stay in my clip for the tripod. Whatever. What is my favorite cuisine after Italian? Japanese or Chinese, I would say. I mean, I love sushi, maybe even more than Italian food. The rest of Japanese food is not that great. That's why it compensates. And then I really like Chinese cuisine, but not the spicy one. Darrell, I need some tips from Action Kid about how to read the chat and the walk at the same time. Definitely. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm reading because I read the comment of Sal R. It's in Italian, I'm gonna translate it. She said, or he said, I thought you had a panino, a sandwich with mortadella. I wished. Patrick, do you also work in between the couch surfing, or is this your main job? In between the couch surfing? What do you mean by that? But my main job, yes, this is my main job. And by the way, since we're talking about it, I want to thank all my patrons because they are the ones who allow me to have this as a job. Yes. If you want to become one of my patrons too, I think there is a link down below. Starting from $1 per month, you can contribute at me continuing this lifestyle and being able to make a living. Even if it's a very poor one, but it's enough for me. Viva l'Italia, yes. Michele Subians from my region. A great Mandi. Mandi is how to say hi from in Friulan language. From your region, Mary Jane. Congrats for your marriage. Thank you, Michele. So nice to hear from you. I'm making you hungry, guys, with eating. All right, so who knows City Island? Because it's the first time I come here and I don't know what to do here. Do you have any suggestions? Yes, Patrick, I used to support myself doing freelancer jobs while managing the YouTube channel. That's what I did until the beginning of 2020, actually. So for the first 2 years, I used to work in between. I was either finding some little jobs here and there while traveling. It was very hard, or doing some freelancer job online. So it was quite stressful, to be honest, especially because I decided to travel full time. So it was hard to find jobs when you move all the time, because obviously it's much easier if you just stay in one place and then, you know, you go back to, I don't know, that business that needed you 2 months ago. Maybe they need you again for a couple of weeks, whatever. Robbing, last remaining authentic Little Italy in New York City. What are you talking about? Where is it? I was talking about some friends yesterday in this village about Little Italy in the Bronx. and how it is basically the majority of them are Albanians. They're not really Italians anymore. Yes, John. Little Italy in the Bronx, that's the one I was talking about. I went there with Action Kid. I should probably make a vlog on my channel too. You know, there is a place in the Little Italy in the Bronx where they make mozzarella. Like they literally make it there in the place. And I really want to try it. Although I think it's gonna be the American style mozzarella, which is not my favorite, but I want to try it. Have I ever found speck in New York City? No, I don't think so, but I never looked for it, honestly. There is nothing to do there but the view. Team. I'm sure there is something to do, but I was supposed to arrive here earlier and check out the island, what is there to do here, and then decide where to do my live stream. But because I arrived last minute, I told you I would have been live at 11, so that's it. But it's a nice view. This place is incredible, by the way. There is, like, we're still in New York City. It's at the very edge of New York City. In fact, City Island, actually, until 1 century ago, used to be part of Westchester County, which is the county that is north of the Bronx. And then they decided to switch to New York City, so they became part of the Bronx. But it's really, deserted is not the right word, because it's a small island that is full of, it's very much inhabited. There are 4,200 people, I think, something like that. It's a fisherman island. But the way to come here, okay, sorry, I have a van maneuvering right in front of me. But the way to come here is, it's very surprising to think that you are still in New York City, because you go along forests and very green places where there is nothing. So yeah, it was a really great ride. How long is biking from? So here, I don't know, because to come here I took the subway till the northern tip of Manhattan before starting to bike, to spare to myself 50 minutes of biking. On the way back, I'm gonna bike along the whole way. I think it's a couple of hours, should be a couple of hours from my place, which is in this village. All right. Who is naming Jeff Bezos in this chat? The devil of our time. Guys, it's so difficult not to use Amazon here. It's incredible. I tried not to use Amazon because of not only environmental reasons, but also social, humanitarian reasons. Like, if you are just a little bit informed, you know that Amazon is a devil company, devilish company, how do you say? Like, they're very bad. They're the opposite of sustainability, really. They make such a mess in shipping all these packages around, and they create so much waste and they create so much pollution. So I obviously always try to not use Amazon. And in Europe, it's very easy because you have alternatives. We really use Amazon in Europe for those products that are either ridiculously cheaper online because you buy them in bulk, or because they are so rare to find in shops that you are gonna buy them online. But here in New York, everyone uses Amazon for everything. And the problem is that they became so successful because they eliminated the whole, competition. They eliminate the competition. So now, even if I don't want to use Amazon, I cannot. Even simple items like these bike panniers, these bike bags, it's so much harder to find them in shops, and they're also so much more expensive, but that's secondary. But it's very hard to find them outside of Amazon. Every little simple thing. So yeah, sorry for this rant. This was my frustration, one of my frustrations living here. Yes, toilet brush. Wow, nice name. They are creating a monopoly. Exactly. That's how American modern capitalism works, right? And that's why I'm against it. I'm sorry, but I'm not against the idea of capitalism. I'm just against how capitalism is nowadays, especially here, because it's not freedom of market anymore. It's just big monopolies that on the surface they look like they are creating a free market and they are just the most successful one. But in reality, when one business in an industry becomes so big that just controls the whole market, where is the free market then? It's just monopoly, right? I don't know. Why in these live streams I always end up talking about politics and economics, which I know they are very, very delicate topics and I should probably avoid them. Take 7. You should maybe find a beach and dip your feet. Yes, it's in my plan to go to the beach and dip my feet. Maybe even swim if the water is clean enough. But it's not in the plan of this live stream because it's a little bit further. So I'm gonna actually vlog it. So you will find the vlog of this bike trip next week on my channel. Not tomorrow. Obviously, I don't have time. On Monday is my free day. So I would say on Wednesday it can be out on my channel. All right? Okay, guys, a goodbye to everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you for stopping by.